Straight into number 1, it's going to be a side flip. Very basic, very simple, very easy. Style number 2 is going to be the front flipped over with the sides pulled back. And this is going to help that front piece that's flipped over stay in place longer. Style number 3 is going to be a pony with a swoop. So I'm taking some of my braids in the front and flipping them over my middle part to give myself a side bang, and I'm pinning that bang to the side for now. Now I'm going to work on my ponytail, and I'm trying to make sure to grab every single braid evenly so that there are no loops or bumps or anything like that. Now I'm taking 2 braids from my ponytail and I'm wrapping them around the base to cover my hair tie. What do you guys call this? Sometimes I call it a ponytail holder, a hair tie, a scrunchie. I'm curious, leave it down below in the comments. Now I'm taking my side bang, wrapping it down toward my ear around the base of my neck and then back up into the ponytail. Make sure you're wrapping it tight so it stays in place, and then you can add any bobby pins if you feel are necessary. Style number 4 is going to be a pony bob, and you can do this with style number 3 that we just completed, or you can just do a regular ponytail. But you're going to take your ponytail, fold it in half, take a hair tie and tie it at the base. And this is just going to hide the ends of the ponytail so that you have a more blunt kind of Barbie kind of look. And I also left the curls toward the end out so that you can see them a little bit more. Style number 5 is going to be this fancy updo. So I'm taking about 2 or 3 braids and I'm rolling them with my fingers into a circular shape all the way to the top. And then I'm going to secure it in place with a bobby pin. So I rolled about 5 or so pieces, just enough to give the shape and look that I want. You can do more, you can do less, but my braids are kind of thin toward the bottom, so I didn't want to do too many before it started to look kind of weird. Or you could do all pieces and do like a whole entire updo, but I did leave the back pieces out at the bottom. Style number 6 is going to be a bun with a swoop bang. So we're still keeping the vibe of the same swoop bang from before, but now I'm just taking my ponytail and turning it into a bun. Number 7 is a messy bun with a swoop. So going from this bun, I'm just going to take those curly ends that I have, which are human hair by the way, so I highly recommend, because you know all you need to do is wet them a little bit for them to curl back up. And I'm going to take another hair tie that I kind of like stretched out to the max and just put it on top of the bun and then start to form the messy bun kind of shape. Style number 8 is going to be space buns with antenna. So for this, I'm splitting my hair in half, and I'm going to go ahead and put each of those halves into 2 space buns. And I'm not going for anything too neat. I kind of want it to be a little messy, kind of keep some of the curls out. So that's what I'm doing. Style number 9 is going to be pulled back with the antenna. So still leaving those two pieces out in the front, I'm just going to pull back some of my braids that are kind of on the side of my head, and I'm going to pull them all the way to the back and secure it with a hair tie. Style number 10 is going to be crisscross rubber bands, and this one's one of my favorites because I didn't even realize that you're able to do this after you have braids, because I know we've all seen like that crisscross rubber band style, but I was like, I already have braids. But here's what I did. I took my rubber bands, I crossed over my braids in the front, forming an X shape, and then putting a rubber band every like box or so. And I did this for 2 sides in the front. Style number 11 is going to be a messy bun, and very similar to the one that we did earlier. This one just does not have a side bang, so I'm just going straight into a bun, putting it up and taking out those curls like I did before. Style number 12 is going to be this bubble pony. So the first step you're going to do is, of course, put it right back into that ponytail. And I'm going to take the braids at the base and wrap it around, so, you know, again, it's hiding that hair tie. It's also kind of making my ponytail more secure, so I like to do that anyways, regardless if I'm trying to hide the rubber band or not. And I'm also trying to like smooth out the base of my ponytail. You see those extra braids that are kind of like poking through, kind of try to push those back in. So for the bubbles, I'm taking extra hair ties and I'm gonna space them out along the length of the ponytail. So I added 4 extra hair ties in total, and then I'm gonna show you what I do to create the bubbles. So for the bubbles, I'm just going ahead and pulling out some of the braids to make kind of like a bubble shape, and you'll see exactly what I mean. I'm holding the base and pulling them, kind of like I'm stretching them out. If you ever stretched a bundle of braiding hair, you kind of know, but I'm kind of just like pulling at it to kind of make that shape. Okay, style number 13 involves adding these curly pieces in the front of my braids. Now these are Freetress's Mazo curls, and I'm taking 2 thin pieces. I don't want the pieces to be too thick because I'm trying to make it look kind of natural. And I'm taking my latch hook, and I'm going to show you guys in regular motion. I'm taking it, placing it right in the base of my braid, putting that piece of hair in the hook, closing the hook, and pulling it through. Then I'm going to take that end and tie it in a little knot. And this knot is definitely removable. You can definitely cut this off at any point in time. But I really do think it adds such a cute little extra, you know, something. 2 little curls in the front. Style number 14 is going to be those curly pieces in the front with a low bun in the back. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm just throwing my braids into a bun. Style number 15, I'm whipping out this scarf. You can use any scarf. I just got this one from Pretty Little Thing. It's like a little silk scarf. And I'm just folding it, or it's a triangle, I'm folding it in half. And I'm wrapping those ends around my ponytail just to secure it into place. So I decided to go ahead and take down that ugly little bun that I had in the back because it just was not giving with this look. So I just put my hair to the front, and it's giving like cute little Miss Red Riding Hood, whatever her name is. "16 are these mini pigtails." So I'm calling them mini pigtails because I don't know a better name for them, but it's kind of what they are. I'm just taking those pieces or those braids in the front and making 2 little pigtails in the front while leaving those 2 curls out. Style number 17, I'm just turning those mini pigtails into space buns while still leaving the curls out. And I am going to try to leave some of my ends out to give it that kind of messy boho look. Style number 18 is going to be crisscross with curls. So I'm taking the piece in the front on the right and the piece in the front on the left, and I'm crossing them over into an X shape. And then I'm just bringing them back down, and I'm going to put it into a ponytail. Style number 19 is going to be this goddess crown. So I'm starting from my left, but depicted here on the right side, and I'm going to start twisting the braids. I'm basically doing kind of like a flat twist. I'm twisting my braids while picking up braids along the way. So it's going to give it this goddess crown kind of look, and I'm going to go ahead and bobby pin the other side into place. And then finally wrap those ends around the entirety of my head back to the front. Last but not least, style number 20 is going to be this beautiful fishtail braid. So to do this, I'm starting off with a few braids in the front, and the concept of this is to just cross over each side to the other side. It's basically easier than a braid, if you ask me. So I'm just crossing over the left to the right and the right to the left, and I'm going to repeat this pattern all the way down. Y'all, this is when I realized that I left 2 whole braids out of this braid that I just did. But you know what? That's okay, because I just had to pivot. So, when in doubt, improvise. So I just fed those braids kind of through this braid the best that I can. And that was that. When I get down toward the end, I'm just going to go ahead and use a hair tie just to secure it in place.